What is going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning into the channel. I'm Kevin Duffey. This is Duffey Geeks Out, and I'm coming at you with the fifth movie in my 13 Flicks of Halloween series, Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night is a Marvel movie that was released exclusively on Disney+. It is a 55-minute classic horror movie that just flows, baby. This thing is great. It has got all the tones of a classic horror movie, but with obviously updated visual effects and cinematography that you couldn't get in those 1930s, 1940s classic horror movies. It's a Marvel character that I've not read too much on. I've read the more recent Werewolf by Night runs where the character is a Native American living in, I believe, either Mexico or New Mexico. And he coming up against like a conglomerate that is trying to make monsters and stuff. It's a pretty cool run, not the tie-in here. I actually am not really sure in this movie about what the timeline is. I don't know if this is supposed to be set in the 1930s and 1940s. Like, they have like a classic, like what is it? A stereoscope, whatever the hell the old thing was called. The little, like, it was basically a like a vinyl like record player, but with a big fucking cone on it playing music. And I didn't see like many other technologies, but they were using like electric zappers and shit. And I don't know, the movie set, it's all in black and white, but at the tail end of the movie, it does come back into color. And I don't know, just some of the dialogue with the main character, Jack, and Man-Thing, who is awesome in this movie. I fucking love Man-Thing. Some of the dialogue between our character Jack, who is the werewolf, and Man-Thing, at the end of it, lead me to believe that it's a present-day movie, maybe. It was just like a weird setting, isolated setting that felt like it was a 1930s, 1940s horror movie. But, I mean, he has a dialogue about going to get sushi, and I didn't dive in to see how old sushi was, but I can't imagine that in the United States or wherever the setting of this movie is, sushi was prominent in the 1930s and 1940s. I could be dead wrong, for all I know, but I don't know. Little things like that kind of clued me into this might be, I mean, they have like mini, like stick-to-the-wall explosive bombs and shit too, so I don't know. It could be just a fun little hybrid here to keep people guessing, like that's made to look like the 1930s, or it could be the 1940s and it's just, you're throwing in some futuristic tech here. I don't know. Either way, this movie's a fun little like horror movie romp. There's some pretty dark kills in it, like some shit that you never see in a Marvel movie. I think like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness had some pretty gruesome shit in it too. So I guess when they're leaning into the horror elements, they can kind of get away with this sort of thing. But this movie, I gotta tell you, I have not been the biggest fan of Marvel Phase 4, haven't been the biggest fan of most of the shows, haven't been a big fan of a lot of the movies. I love Shang-Chi, I love No Way Home, didn't care for Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness, didn't care for Thor Ragnarok really upon multiple watches. Originally I thought it was pretty good, but I don't care for that movie anymore. And this movie, Werewolf by Night, I think is the third best, or as good as Shang-Chi and No Way Home, as far as the quality and the content. And it's only 55 minutes long. It's a little special featurette. It's not even really a full-length movie, but I loved it. I really dug it. This was directed by Michael Giacchino, who, if you guys know him, he does scores. He's a score man. He did the scores for lots of Pixar movies. I don't know if he's done any Marvel movies, except he did do Werewolf by Night. So I don't know if it's his feature film debut, but I believe it might be. But he directed this movie, and he did a great job. And the scores are great. I mean, it's like I said, it's that classic 1930s, 1940s tone. I enjoyed the Marvel title reveal with the score kind of flipped on it, and it's all in black and white. I really dug that. The creature effects are really cool. Man-Thing is obviously the only real CGI in the movie, but he looks good. I don't think he looks bad. He stands out a little bit because of the black and white, and you normally see like a practical suit in black and white movies for, you know, big creatures, but he would have looked ridiculous if he were a practical effect Man-Thing with the way his like mandibles move and I don't know. He looked fine. When it gets to color, he looks a little better. He does some things that I didn't know he could do power-wise. Like, I've never really dove into many Man-Thing comics. He could, like, melt people and shit. It was pretty gruesome, but this movie's really cool, and I really, really dug it. I loved that it was basically a the whole premise of the movie is a bunch of monster hunters come together because this like famed monster hunter has died, and they're all vying for this talisman that can kill and control monsters. I guess I don't know. It's the talisman itself is a little. I have some questions about it, but they all kind of come together to get this thing, and in doing so, they are hunting Man-Thing, who they have strapped the talisman to. It was a really cool setup. The main character, Jack, is pretending to be a monster hunter, even though he's the monster himself. But he's friends with Man-Thing, so he's really there to get him to escape. It's pretty cool. I don't want to spoil the whole movie by telling you everything that happens, but this movie is great. I truly recommend that everybody go out and check this out. It's on Disney Plus. Just about everybody's got Disney Plus. It shouldn't cost you anything to go and see this movie, except for your subscription to Disney Plus, obviously. But this movie was really fun. It was a really short, like I said, 55 minutes. The runtime's real short, but you can fly through it. I got it done so quick. I want to watch it again. I liked it that much. But the question is for you guys. Did you like Werewolf by Night? If you did, let me know in the comments what your favorite parts were. Let me know if you've read the comics and if you think that this is a pretty good adaptation of, some of those comic runs. Because like I said, I've only read the more recent one, not obviously the line of comics they used here. Let me know what you think this movie's set, because that's really something I got on my mind. I feel like it's set in present day, and you just kind of make it feel like it's set in the 40s. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. This is video number 5 in my 13 flicks of Halloween. I'll come at you with number 6 a little later on once I figure out what that is. I haven't thought that far ahead. Anyways, click that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll come at you with another video real soon. Thanks.